What is going on, SoFi fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you on what is happening in the market and why I feel it is a very big overreaction. Over and above that, when institutions back up the bus and have a lot of call options, that's usually seen as a very bullish sign. So I want to talk on that. How much institutions actually did have on call options in Q3. It is very, very surprising. So I'm going to go over all that fun stuff. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe is always greatly appreciated. With that, let's get right to it. So looking at the intraday chart, a little bit more of a sell-off, currently down 6.76%, largely because of this. So US lawmakers call on bank regulators to review SoFi's crypto moves. And so when it comes down to cryptocurrency, I think that's been a very touchy subject the last 3 weeks, give or take, because of FTX. And in my opinion, SoFi is a very well-run company because they already technically did respond to this. So you can see the response right here. SoFi takes our regulatory and compliance commitments seriously, including our non-bank operations within our digital asset space. We believe that we have been fully compliant with the mandates of our bank license and all of the applicable laws around that. So when it comes to that though, this is why I feel we are in a very big sell-off behind the scenes. I know a lot of people are starting to float around saying that it's shorts causing it to go down. In reality, it's not. So this is why there's a lot of fear out in the market, because we are very much down because of, in my opinion, an overreaction, but yet shorts are closing out the positions. So like I always interpret that is a very bullish sign. And again, goes back and validates my point that it is a very big overreaction. Whenever you see shorts closing out their position on a very much red day, fearful red day, that is bullish. Of course, though, as I always say, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence at the end of the day. As of right now, net, they are closing out and returning 1.06 million shares. Short interest as of right now is 13.58%, and live short interest is 106.95 million shares in total. So pretty significant amount of shares is being shorted. Cost to borrow also is 1.71, and that is an average. And once again, it's been a while since you've been able to see it, but cost to borrow minimum right here, negative 0.2%. So once again, there is a broker out there that is physically paying people to short SoFi. So you get a lot of different moving parts when it comes to SoFi. It's been a very fun investing time with SoFi. So I've been investing since 2009, and I've been through my fair share of bearish kind of trends, bearish stocks, and SoFi is a very, very big abnormality. Prior to SoFi, majority of my holdings for the most part are traditional banks because I love what the banking sector does. And this is why I still continue to buy SoFi, because I know theoretically deep down it is just a very disruptive company in one of the oldest sectors. As I typically say, it's just going to take its time. And of course, it's not going to be a 5x just overnight. It's going to take its time. And right now they're incentivizing customers to come over, building their base, and then they can kind of reduce the APY, focus on a little bit more revenue, but that's beside the point. This is why I really like SoFi. Take advantage of these time periods and sell-offs, especially more so if you are like myself and believe they are a overreaction. But like I said, when it comes down to institutions, they've been really loving SoFi. So based on the last 13 Fs, it goes to show that a lot of institutions have been buying SoFi. Even though they might be very much down, which I think in general, everyone is down, all retail, all investors in general, it just sucks, plain and simple. You can't catch the bottom, but we all know that SoFi is a very big diamond in the rough. So this is why a lot of institutions continuously increase their position, especially when it comes down to call options. So looking here, based on all the Q3 2022, so this is updated information, hedge funds held 8.958 million call options, up 5.31% from the quarter prior. That is absolutely insane. And based on all 13 F files in total, so that's including ETFs and various other entities, 39.34 million call options. So that is a million. So that is a very, very big amount. And once again, I like to point this out to you. So back to Ortex, looking at options activity. I like to point out the put/call ratio. Despite us going down, we are extremely low, meaning that there's a lot more calls being purchased versus puts. And that goes to show as well that when someone theoretically does do calls, they are thinking that there's going to be a upward momentum with SoFi. So once again, as Anthony has typically said, it's a little bit more irrational, the market, especially how it acts with SoFi. SoFi, because in theory, with higher interest rate environment, we should be absolutely golden. But unfortunately, based on the price action that's been happening, that hasn't been the case. So when it comes to the actual technicals, we are on the lower percentile of the Bollinger Band. Stochastic, we do have 29, so it is a little bit more of a bearish sentiment, so red line above the black. Momentum, number of retail investors are just plainly out today. So maybe they just don't like the negative news that is out about SoFi. I don't know, there's a lot of moving parts, like I said, but when it comes down to it, do your own due diligence. If you are like myself and believe in SoFi, that you know that in theory, banking sector companies make a lot of money. Banks make a ton of money in a higher interest rate environment, plain and simple. And we are in that environment right now. So in general, this is why we've been having amazing earnings, because fundamentally our business is strong. Stock price, it's been going down because that can be having a little bit more manipulation, but our business is strong. Plain and simple. So let me know your thoughts on SoFi in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe is always greatly appreciated. If you do like my channel, want to support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that said, appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on SoFi.